Hey guys, this is Neil with Anytime Soccer Training. I am here with my trusted assistant, Matthew. A parent friend of mine has just started working with his child, and he had a couple questions about juggling. And these questions were so good, I thought, you know what? Let me share my answers and responses with the group. And we're talking about those first steps, those first few training sessions for aerial control. We're going to go over some of the basics, okay? And I have my trusted assistant here, Matthew, and he's going to do some demonstrations. The first thing when we're working on aerial control, with the key word being control, I like to set up a perimeter. And when the kids first start, I keep the perimeter really, really big. And the purpose of the perimeter is to set up a barrier that helps them stay cognizant, because we don't want them chasing the ball around the yard. That's the whole point of control. When you first start working with your kid, especially with aerial control, they'll kick the ball and chase it here, chase it there, and two things happen. Number one, that's not a good touch or good control. And secondly, you waste a lot of valuable time chasing the ball. The next point is, don't be afraid to start with your thighs. So go ahead and demonstrate just using your right thigh, Matthew. Kick, 1, 2, 3, kick. Now your left, kick, there you go, and now both. 1, 2, catch. So don't be afraid to start with kicking the ball and catching it with your thigh, and then gradually building up to the other exercises. Because, in my opinion, it's much better for them to get a lot of touches in a short amount of time than them chasing the ball around the yard, trying to do something that's a little bit too advanced. Then they graduate to go to kick and catch. They kick it and catch it, kick it and catch it, that kind of thing. Also notice that when Matthew is doing these kick and catch exercises, whether it's the thigh or the foot, he's always moving his feet in between. This improves balance and coordination, and it's the way you want the game to be played on your toes. With that being said, show me how people tend to do it if they haven't been taught this. So kick and catch, kick and catch. That's a lot easier, but it doesn't promote the balance and coordination that we want. Okay, so you want to move your feet. So show me moving your feet. Now, another habit that young kids have when you tell them to move their feet is over-exaggerate. Move your feet way too much. So they start doing all this stuff and then they stop. And you just want a light movement of the feet, playing on their toes. Not too much, not too little. All right, another tip is keep a spare ball with you. So if the ball goes away, so do a kick and let the ball go way away. All right, instead of him running over there chasing the ball, you just roll him another one and get started, okay? And another tip is, if they continue to roll the ball, kick the ball way out, and you use up all your balls, you let them know, hey, Matthew, if the ball goes out of the perimeter, you got to do 10 extra juggles. That really motivates them to have that light touch and keep it in control. Another tip is, you don't have to wait for them to use different size balls until you perceive them to be advanced. So let's do again the same exercises with just that size 1 ball. So he's bouncing off his thigh kick, because part of it is just introducing the concept that you can use a different size ball, and also it improves balance and coordination. Kick and catch. So when Matthew first started with the size 1 ball, when he first started juggling, he was just kicking and catching with that size 1 ball. But it plants a seed that when he's free playing and messing around, it plants a seed in his head that, oh, I can actually use a size 1 ball, right? And he'll mess around with it on his own. Now, go grab your size 4 ball, Matthew. Now, once they get a little bit better, the box gets smaller. So you come here, Matthew. So here, he's doing the same exercises, but it's in a 5x5 box. And that box, come on, Adam. So that box can get smaller and smaller. Okay, so give Adam the size 5 ball, Matthew. Then once they get a little bit more advanced, if you will, here you go, Adam. Then they start doing these exercises in a 1x1 box or whatever. So Adam, just demonstrate juggle hop. So he's doing juggle hop with his right foot. Now do it with your left foot. And what I'm looking at here is that left foot exactly the same as that right foot, or is he having issues? Okay. Now, again, he's in that same, go grab that size 1 ball. He's in that same small box, but he's in the same small box, but now he's doing it with a smaller ball, right? He's just right here. You really want them to, now just do continuous juggling, not hopping, just, you really want them to be able to control the ball right there, okay? Now go ahead and do the same thing with the tennis ball, right? He should be able to control that ball one by one right there without doing too much struggling. Okay, good job. Now, guys, this is just the aerial control when you're just doing a normal juggling. There are a zillion aerial control drills that we do, and they're all in the program, and all of these progressions are also in the program. But if I'm just starting out, I really want to focus on these primary areas, and I really want to be able to control it. Oh, one more thing. Let's say that you are, because a lot of times people talk about, oh, he's advanced or he's a beginner, but just pick the ball up and do thigh juggling right there. Thigh juggling. I'm still looking at, can he, and that's good. Can he control that ball right in that small space? And you notice how he tilted a little bit to the right? I really want him to be able to do it. Let's try it one more time and not even move. Just stay straight forward right there. Keep it right there. Okay, that's good. I want the height of the ball. I want the touch. I want everything to be exactly the same. All right, guys, it's Neil Crawford, Anytime Soccer Training. Let's get better together.